T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Because right now we may not be making a sound because there's no one listening to us besides us.
Maxwell, I see commented at 7:31. Hello. He is waiting with bated breath.
There you go. Well, we had one person during the intro and they ducked out. So
he has probably made snacks and he's got his feet up on a recliner and probably living his best life right now.
There you know. Hey, now we have a person. Who are you, one person?
All it takes is one.
That's all right. We do maybe.
But we do have our audience that's listening.
Howard, are you saying you're maybe a person or maybe it just takes just one?
One is
what?
the loneliest
number that's yours. Welcome, Howard. Now we have two. Now we're cooking with grease. Who are you, second person?
Cooking with gas.
Hopefully not.
What was it? This was that came up way back in like the first or second episode. What was the debate we had with this? Didn't Brady have a different way of saying it?
I think we were talking about grease through a goose, fastest grease through a goose, and something.
Yeah. Or was that the difference? Was I always heard it as cooking with gas, and you always heard it as cooking with grease? I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Could be. Well, at any rate, welcome to episode 104 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Welcome Mr. Griffin back to the fold after his excursion to Graceland and all points west.
Graceland.
Mammoth Cave.
Mammoth Caves.
Mammoth's Cave.
Yeah, I was laughing about your Graceland excursion because Elvis's nickname was Elvis the Pelvis, and it was great, rhyme. It would have stunk if his name was like Enos or because that would have gone a whole different direction.
Howard says, shite through a goose. That's one of the things we heard is Utes. All right.
Now I'm going to be thinking of all kinds of names of what would have been worse than Elvis.
Yeah.
Also welcome Mr. Liming.
For hell.
All right. Again, let me what am I doing here? Did you hear my train of thought derail? I had something in my mind and just went.
I heard it.
Yeah. Anyway, if you've not been here before, we talk about topics that we have yet to talk about. We have not had conversations on said topics. Sometimes we'll kind of compare notes as to who is going to do and who is not going to do. But as far as the extended conversation, we've not had it until the very show. So you're hearing it the first time we're hearing it. And it's kind of, as we call it, Why did I almost say esoteric? That's the wrong word. Esoteric. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. That was a BB rattling around the gourd there.
I'm just all discombobulated here. The conversation is unrehearsed. Let's just get right to the point. And again, we'll talk 20-ish minutes on each topic, and then we'll move on, or more on the ish than the 20.
My mother had a comment about that last weekend because we were talking about how, like, I was just talking about how we often feel exhausted at the end of an episode. I said, because like I was like, we each do a topic for 20 minutes. She said, I don't think you guys have ever done it for 20 minutes each. And she meant it out of love, just like it's always much longer.
That is a fact. But I guess it's so much part of the lexicon here. I mean, you can't really get rid of extend the 20-minute clock or whatever. It is what it is.
It's there if we need it, though. If it's a safety net. Yeah, it's an out.
Yes.
Nice out.
If it's a night of crickets. It's like.
All right. So we're on the order on the screen here that we're going to go, I guess. I mean, Todd, you weren't here last time, so I guess you can go first.
I'll kick it off.
I just kind of made an executive decision there. Brady will go in the middle, and I will have the gain of the evening to round things out. So without any further ado, Mr. Griffin, I know you have a bunch of pent-up conversation from being gone last week. So proceed.
I thank you. I thought I would kick back in with a food topic. So I know we've talked about various. We've had various topics that covered 80s lists, best of the 80s. We've had songs, movies. I don't think you could have too many. And I know we've touched on some different foods and snacks and stuff from the 80s. But I have here a list of 25 classic foods from the 80s. And as I was looking over this, I think we've talked about some of these, but I don't think in this particular context. So some of these I don't really remember being 80s. Some of them I don't even remember. So I was kind of interested to see what you guys remembered. Without further ado.
I do.
These are in no particular order. This is not a
ranking.
This isn't a ranking. Number 1, Slice soda.
Oh, yeah. I love Slice.
Not to be confused with Squirt soda.
You ever had...
I've had... So is Slice no more?
Slice is no more. Sierra Mist, I believe, kind of took its place. But
yeah.
Slice had many different iterations. My favorite of the slices was Mandarin Orange Slice.
Yes.
Really?
Now, the 80s was a petri dish for Slice because I got stopped not once, but twice at the mall. They were doing product samples. Remember they used to do those all the time. And I got taken back a dark corridor, which I kind of got a little bit nervous. But they took me back there, and it was a product test for Slice. They had 4 or 5 different potential flavors that were going to be introduced. Slices. And
so was this when our friend was working with the opinion people?
It was shortly there. It was before that because I was excited because I told him, like, dude, you're going to get to try all these, new samples. And the most exotic one that I recall was apple slice.
Oh, well, it's funny you mentioned that because in the little in the wording here that goes along with this, the caption, I should say, it said that some of the more out of the box flavors included apple, cherry cola, which I don't know why that would be considered out of the box.
Yeah,
maybe back then, and fruit punch.
Had the apple once, was not a fan.
And by the way, that's a PepsiCo product.
Get behind the fruit punch.
Do you know of any other apple pops?
It just sounds odd. Apple
it does.
pop.
And it really did taste like apple ciders with a fizz to it.
Yeah.
And I can't say it tasted bad. It wasn't refreshing.
It's funny about apple cider because I drink it. The only time I ever drink it is when I am on vacation and a hotel has a continental breakfast. It's the only time I touch the stuff, and I love it.
Yeah.
But that's the only time. You know, when you have two options. You have orange and you have apple in the. And you get the little clear cups. I get about 19 little clear cups of apple juice.
You gotta be careful those apple juices or the apple ciders. Those little cups. Those look like probation officer samples if
Yeah.
you're not careful.
But I was at the hotel, one of the hotels last week, and I was thinking I can't wait to talk with Eric and Brady about the fact that I literally only drink this when I'm at a hotel. I never buy apple juice.
So did you imbibe some apple juice last week?
Yeah. Yeah, I said at Continental. I'm a fan of continental breakfasts. Well, I like the ones that have a waffle maker.
Oh yeah.
That you can, pour your own cup of batter into it.
Yes.
And then and this one had some pretty tasty sausage links, which sometimes are pretty suspect, in those places. But these were pretty good. And they had, instead of usually it's a scrambled egg. Just bin that you dig it out of. These were little cheese omelets, folded, all pre-folded,
like miniature quiches.
Yeah, just like little miniature.
All right, so
duck lips. Little just.
Here's a question now. I've bantered this one in my mind for years. Is it a continental breakfast when you have hot food? I don't think it is.
That's why I hesitated there, because I always thought a continental breakfast was like a muffin and a coffee or something. But I think so. I don't know if if the term has just taken over any breakfast offering at a hotel is just now called a continental breakfast
bar, serve yourself sort of situation.
Yeah.
One of the funniest stand-up comedians I ever saw live. His name is Derek Richards. He's been a writer for several comedies, but I laughed so hard I bought his CD on the way out. And the line that sticks with me, he's like, "So you go down there at 4 a.m. for a continental breakfast." He said, "Now, just what continent is this an acceptable breakfast on?" He said, "People that won't get out of bed before noon will go down there for a 5-day-old Danish and some black tar coffee." Well, and that always cracked me up.
I do think the quality of those breakfasts have increased. I think it's improved.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything, I think they have some of the best muffins, too. I mean, shy of going to an actual bakery or something. They're always moist.
The biscuits are good, generally.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the last waffle station I was at in a hotel had the whipped creams, the chocolate sauce, and the strawberry sauce. I mean, I was living in heaven.
And then you always have the little plastic circle of peanut butter that you can. That's what I put on my waffles.
Yes.
The one we were at, one of the ones we were at last week had blueberry waffles.
Blueberry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would. I would eat nothing else. I think I would have like 3 waffles with blueberries.
The only problem is that's the most popular part of the continental breakfast. So there's always a line. Yeah. And everybody's always acting like it's your fault that the waffle maker's taking. I got to flip it, buddy. I can't change the rules of waffle making.
And they start
here.
getting judgy looking.
Yeah,
it's usually somebody.
Gonna take 2.5 minutes, no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how many times you tap your feet or how many times the toddler that you're behind is sitting there looking up with you basset hound eyes because it's taken 2.5 minutes.
And you always have that panic when you pour in the cup of batter and it starts to ooze out over the edge, and you're like, I put too much in. You're afraid you messed it up.
Yep.
All right.
We went on a lupine distraction from Slice.
So,
I want to go back to Slice because we tackled this with
hold
apple
on.
slice.
I have a little bit more of this lupine distraction. Whenever I think of apple cider, I think of the old Bob and Tom bit.
Oh, yeah. So
the hot apple cider.
Yeah.
Of a certain brand name.
Yeah.
So
you can look it up.
So I have a question. Is apple cider and apple juice, they're two different things, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cider's usually hot.
Well, and then I think apple juice is exactly what it says it is. And apple cider has been pasteurized and cinnamoned up.
Yeah.
But, my grandmother would make fresh apple cider. And she would tell us, now don't drink more than 1 cup a day. And it's delicious. And I drank about a quart of it.
Now that made me think of South Park. Mr. Garrison talking about the green apple splatters.
Little apple shrapnel.
Oh, and you know,
apple.
apple. Yeah.
I was actually going to have my topic be hotels. I think I might do that next week because just it's no secret that I love a good hotel. I love a bad hotel. I actually experienced one of each last week.
I
Oh,
think
really?
That would be
Yeah.
a great topic.
That'd be a great topic.
Yeah. All right.
I have some stories.
So go back to Slice.
Well,
so
Howard
they
has a waffle. Howard has a waffle station comment here. Says if the waffle station is busy, you wind up with cereal bins, Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, and Raisin Bran. Are your choice. That is
the truth.
Yeah, it's true.
By the way, hi Savannah.
Hi,
Hello,
Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah. So my question of the Slice thing, I remember the apple, I remember the wild cherry or the wild cherry, and I remember them, but the funky flavor. There was another one, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was, but it was terrible because it might have been cranberry Slice
Yeah.
or raspberry Slice, one of those two. It was definitely berry, and it wasn't good. It got a stern disapproval when the little testing person gave it to me. But yeah, Slice was gone.
Maybe as we go through the list, somebody can look up for us all the
Yes.
different flavors of Slice.
So I think Slice went off the rails, and I think the cherry cola Slice was in response to cherry Coke.
Probably
I think
was.
that's why Pepsi
Yeah.
did that, but
Yeah.
it seems to me, and now I was never told this, it was just seems to be. The name Slice implies the original flavor was lemon lime.
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
slicing
Slicing something
fruit.
citrus.
So where does cherry cola come from?
Yeah, I agree. You don't
don't
slice a
think it-
cherry typically.
Yeah, it wasn't called cherry cola slice. It was just called wild cherry slice, or it might have been black cherry slice. Man, but anyway.
Well, it was cola.
Yeah, but like cherry slice.
It was- It was called cola though, so I know it wasn't cherry and citrus. It wasn't, it wasn't
Yeah.
like the regular slice with cherry in it. Because they make cherry 7-Up or something, don't they? They make like a
Oh
cherry.
yeah, I love me some cherry 7-Up. It's hard to get anymore.
So Howard was asking, was it peach slice?
Yeah.
Ew, it might have
Tastes
been
like an armpit. I'm sorry. I think anything peach flavored smells like BO.
All
with
right,
some
so-
BO cobbler.
So we have a definition on the apple cider versus apple juice. By the way, welcome Tiffany. Apple cider is fresh, unfiltered, and often unpasteurized. Apple juice, on the other hand, is filtered and pasteurized, which gives it a
So it was
longer
the
shelf
opposite.
life.
The opposite. Yeah.
But it seems like apple juice is also a little clearer. Like Brady said, looks like a urine sample, whereas apple cider, if you have a urine sample, it looks like that. You have a big time kidney problem.
I have a wonderful analogy. Apple juice is Bud Light. Apple cider is Guinness.
Yeah. Yeah. That is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Either way, I like that good old hotel apple juice. Like I said, I just wish they would give you bigger cups, so I don't have to make 73 trips over there to keep filling my little thimble of
A shot glass, like a pill cup, did they give you?
All right. And then water's always in a pitcher. You ever notice that? It's like you have the machines that have orange juice, apple juice, and then there's a pitcher with water and milk.
This
Pitcher of
menu-
milk.
All right, number 2 on this list. I was a big fan of these. Hostess pudding pies.
Hmm.
You got the nice alliteration of pudding pies.
Pies. Was that like the fruit pies, but it had chocolate puddings in it?
Well, they had chocolate puddings. They had a Boston cream type of filling.
Boston Greens. Don't talk about Boston shakes or anything. Boston around Brady.
Yeah, it says you may think of Ho-Hos and Twinkies when you think about Hostess, but in the 80s, the brand's pudding pies were a crowd pleaser. A chocolate-covered crust gave way to a creamy vanilla pudding filling. The treat was kind of like a Boston cream pie donut. But yeah, they did have a chocolate filling and like a vanilla or cream pie type filling.
There's also lemon ones.
Lemons.
There was lemon pudding pies.
I always thought the lemon was just a variation of the fruit, just with no chunks in it because you don't want lemon chunks.
Yeah, well, see, okay, you know how Hostess
the
always had their
lemon was
little.
the gel, right?
Yeah.
Lemon was the gel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lemon
It'd be like a lemon pie, I guess, but but I don't know that it was a pie. I don't know it was in the pie family. I think it was pre-pie.
Pie. Dude, Hostess always had animated mascots like Twinkie the Kid, and I remember I remember the pudding pie guy.
Sounds like
had
the
a
world's
top
worst
hat.
boxer.
And in this corner,
Again,
Twinkie the Kid.
weighing in at 3 grams of filling.
You got the Italian Stallion versus Twinkie the Kid.
All right,
Raging
so-
Bull.
Raging Bull.
Apple.
We have the slice flavors here.
Nice.
Ooh,
Apple, fruit punch, grape, passion fruits.
I remember grape.
Was it passion fruits, Brady, the one you said was nasty?
No,
Peach
Nope.
glaze. What's the
Ugh.
difference between
Ugh.
peach and peach glaze? Mandarin orange, top notch. Pineapples, strawberries, cherry cola, red slice. So yeah, but that brings up another question. Red pop. Let me put my air quotes up here. What's that supposed to taste like?
Just red. It tastes like the color red.
well, Barks had a red cream soda.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, actually, it was just called Big Red, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Big red. Well, that was different
there's
than Barks,
the
wasn't it?
yeah, that was different
Yeah.
than Bart's.
I don't know what company made Big Red.
I think it was the RC company because they were always in RC machines.
Dr. Slice. So was that a competitor for Dr. Pepper?
Must be cherry lime.
Peach
So,
glaze. That just sounds gross.
Yeah,
Armpit
I don't.
sweat.
Yeah, thank you, Tiffany, for those, and Savannah also.
Thank you.
Put some flavors up there as well.
Now the passion fruit sounds intriguing to me.
All right.
So Tiffany was asking if that was lemon custards in the pie. Like I said, I thought it was the gel. It wasn't the pudding.
Yeah. It was awful.
Sort of.
It was pretty fluorescent looking. It was pretty. It was chartreuse. It was
Okay, now Howard has a
put
comment.
The chart and chartreuse.
Lemon pudding was good. What we have now is more like lemon curd. Talk about curd around Todd. He may want to put some
Yeah.
slaw on it.
That's right.
Todd always puts slaw on his curds and whey.
Number 3. I don't remember these. Triple power push pops.
Triple power push.
It says they look like big glue sticks. Triple power push pops were oversized
You make a
lollipops with
mistake.
3 flavors in each cylinder. Oh, they had in one cylinder they had 3 different flavors.
So it was a tri-flavored cylinder.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, it was a cylindrical tube. So you could save like a flavor for later. You could time out your flavor usage.
It's kind of like Aquafresh toothpaste. When it came out of the tube, there was like that tri-colored, which was all. I bet when you push it up, it's just like a, yeah,
Like the popsicle version of Astro Pops.
Yeah, kind of in a plastic
Tube.
apparatus. Number 4, Dr. Pepper gum.
Yeah, had that once.
It
Not-
had like
fan.
liquid Dr. Pepper in it.
Like fresh like gum that it was a gum that had a coelom and
had that-
goo in it.
Yeah, had that gel in it.
Yeah, except
Yeah,
that
not-
it says the
not
gum
good.
had a liquid filling and emulated Dr. Pepper's fruity, slightly spiced flavor.
So,
could- Hey, you can still snag a vintage pack of it for less than $30. It says online.
See, I think Dr. Pepper, you can't drink Dr. Pepper under certain conditions. Otherwise, it tastes like morning mouth. And I don't think that's what that Dr. Pepper gum tasted like, as I remember. It tastes like
Yeah.
morning mouth.
I want to
morning
know what the
mouth
nurse practitioner gum tastes like. No, but yeah, anytime I bit into any of those gel-filled gum, it's like a vivisection of a piece of gum, and like the entrails would squirt out. It was just it was not a good sensation.
Well, and not only that, but it even if you did like it, it didn't last any time. I mean, a couple chews
No.
and it was blended in with the rest of the gum.
More so than fruit stripe gum.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. See, I vampired a couple of those liquid gums. You bite the end off of it. You do it, and then
How was that again, Brady?
sorry.
Shotgunning a piece of gum there.
Yeah.
Should have called that gum slurp. All right. And now number 5 is interesting because I did not know that this craze started in the 80s. And that is ranch dressing. Now, it says that ranch was created, or Hidden Valley Ranch's dressing was created in the 1950s, but it took off in the 80s. It wasn't until 1983 when a shelf-stable recipe was developed and the familiar dressing bottle we know and love, or hate, Brady, was born. Suddenly, ranch was being used everywhere, from dousing iceberg lettuce to coating chicken to serving as a pizza dipping sauce. So I remember the ranch craze, but I would have guessed it more than 90s. But the only reason I'm thinking is we were probably about a decade behind that because we actually never really had ranch growing up. We had Western salad dressing is the only kind of dressing we used in the house.
Western salad dressing.
I don't even know what that is.
Outstanding.
Oh, it has the cow on it, Brady. I called it cow dressing when I was a kid. It has a cow on the front of it.
I call that gravy.
So it's the red sweet dressing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Kind of French.
kind of Frenchy, but sweeter,
Yeah.
and not as dark.
Maybe a bit of barbecue finish to it.
I don't know. Probably more of a honey, sugary finish to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like ranch. I mean, there are times where I indulge more ranch, than other times. But I definitely do remember. Again, I would have guessed more early to mid 90s when everybody started dousing everything in ranch and dipping it, especially when it became a pizza top, because that was never a pizza topper for me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
No.
Now, when did Cool Ranch Doritos come out?
That's on this list.
Oh,
So, yes. Number 6 on this list, Original New York Seltzer.
Yeah.
Before LaCroix had its moment, the sparkling water spotlight shone on Original New York Seltzer, which debuted in 1981. LaCroix had been invented, but it wasn't nearly as known. Original New York was known for its mini glass bottles and colorless carbonated water, which came in flavors like root beer, vanilla, and raspberry.
Nasty.
It was eventually discontinued, but it was brought back in 2015.
I remember the commercials, and I begged Mom to get a 6-pack variety pack, and they were the little small 10-ounce bottles, but they had the styrofoam that you would rip off kind of label.
Love those.
And the black cherry seltzer was not bad. It was passable, but the rest of it tasted like anus.
LaCroix's terrible. I mean,
LaCroix
tastes like somebody took a bite of the fruit, whatever it is, and then just burps in your face. It literally
Actually,
just
probably Croy is
lasts a
onomatopoeia.
second. Huh?
Croy is probably onomatopoeia, not the islands. That's the.
But it doesn't have enough of a flavor to it. It's just like
flat soda.
Well, not only that, no, it's not even as good as that because flat soda will still maintain the consistent flavor throughout.
Yeah.
LaCroix, if you're drinking a raspberry or whatever LaCroix, it literally you get a hint of raspberry smell, and that's it.
The word used in the world of water is essence of. Any drink that has essence of, nasty.
You get a spritz. You get a spritz of fruit.
It's like a raspberry walked by your nose and crop dusted you. It's barely registered.
Yeah, it's like a scratch and sniff sticker on its last leg. I mean, it just what I'm talking about. Like you can still pull a tinge of scent from it every once in a while. But all right, number 7, Giggles Cookies.
Howard, by the way, had a comment. Howard says New York Seltzer is also kind of salty, at least to him. I don't remember it being salty necessarily, but
I kind of want to try one now. Might go on Amazon and order some. Anyway, 7 was Giggles Cookies. We're kind of like Oreos, and even made by the same parent company, Nabisco, but with terrifying faces on them. Inside the sandwich cookies were both fudge and vanilla cream fillings.
Fudge and vanillas?
Do you remember them?
Like on the same cookie?
Yeah.
That does not ring a bell at all.
Pull the picture up there, Eric, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Giggles.
Giggles.
Cookies? Okay,
Giggles
let me-
cookies. So was like now I'm just gonna guess, were the faces like like Mad Ball kind of faces? Or were they just like pleasant smiley faces,
just
or were they
smiling faces.
exaggerated like okay.
Oh, man, this will be when I bring this up. This will be the thing of nightmares.
What?
Oh, you're gonna love this. Let me find the tab here.
Get that tab open.
Speaking of tab, it will not be on this list. Oh my goodness!
Looks like an angry
Gosh.
pig.
What's with the little curl in the middle of its forehead?
It's from the 50s.
It says hairs.
Gosh. Well,
It looks like it has a flaccid unicorn. It's a unipig with a flaccid tusk, or you know.
Do you see now how it has the chocolate and vanilla crims in it, though? You can see it.
I can see
Yeah. I think there are
where it's
pills for
bicrimial.
I think there are pills for flaccid horns right now, right? Yeah.
All right. 8. Squeeze-Its. I remember Squeeze-Its coming. But again, I would have thought that was more early 90s.
Is it the little plastic juice bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brady's
Yeah,
an
it says here,
authority
even
on
for
juice
90s
boxes
kids,
and
these-
bottles.
Huh?
Brady's an authority on juice boxes and bottles.
Yeah.
I
didn't like
I
them.
remember liking them better than the. Now the juice boxes like Brady drinks are fine, but the juice sacks, those are ridiculous.
Like Capri-Suns.
I always liked the fact that on the Squeeze-Its you just twisted the top, a little twist and tug, and it's ready to drink.
I like a sweet drink, but the Squeeze-Its, those are the things they gave people that was having an insulin crash.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was just a thick, pasty, thick,
But it says that even for 90s kids, these radioactive colored bottles with a twist cap are iconic. You had to squeeze the bottle to extract the fruit-flavored juice. Flavors in this lineup included Chucklin' Cherry, Berry Be Wild, and Grumpy Grape.
It's probably
why would
Grumpy Grape.
Why would I want to drink something that's grumpy?
Well, you know what those grape sodas and grape flavorings do.
They come out a whole different color,
Yeah.
just like certain cake frostings. We all know.
The black
No.
cake icing haunts.
Number 9, Keebler. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I want to welcome Becky here. No problem, Becky. She said she's sorry she didn't make it to the 100th daughter's birthday, and
Hope she had a happy birthday.
yes.
Happy birthday.
Howard says Giggles cookie sounds like snacks at the strip club.
The next, we have another cookie. Keebler Fudge Magic Middles.
Oh, those were the bomb.
Those
If I could-
tree-dwelling Keebler elves once graced our shelves with their fudge magic middle cookies. The circular cookie was made of shortbread, and the inside featured a soft, fudgy chocolate filling. Although they were discontinued, their legend lives on, thanks to a Facebook page demanding their return.
I vividly recall when they stopped having them because I asked, and Mom's like, "Well, they just weren't there," and that happened about 3 weeks in a row, and
So,
that was that.
so why does one cookie work and another cookie does? You ever wonder that? Like, why did the magic middle not work? But
Oh, it worked.
but I'm saying, why didn't it last when other cookies have been around for eons?
It's the same reason they cancel every TV show I like
That's true.
after
yeah.
one season. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Number 10, Funny Feet Ice Cream.
Funny feet ice cream.
Yeah, look that one up, Eric.
Yeah.
If you want proof that the 80s were weird, look no further than the British Funny Feet ice cream. The composition was
man.
strange.
Speaking of the thing of nightmares here. Golly.
That's it.
Good gosh. When did they model ice cream after my foot?
I was going to say that looks like Brady's foot. That one.
That looks like my zombie foot.
Yeah. It says here that the ice cream was actually very delightful. So apparently the flavor was good. It's just I'd say the visual of that one didn't.
Okay.
It kind of
ahead,
looks
Todd.
like it's molded from potted meat. Doesn't it? It's
I've never seen potted meat that color.
oh, you have it? That's the exact
That's
color of potted
purple?
meat.
It's like
Mine's not
bologna
very-
salad.
Mine's not. Yeah, it's not very purple on my screen. It's very pale purple, pinkish
pink.
purple.
Well,
Pink.
just the visual. I would have to. I would feel very silly, even if it was delicious, and you would have the tongue between those digits. And that
See, they need to put some. They need to put some sort of chocolate or chunk between the toes.
PG-14. Come on.
Well, I got to ask you, what do you start with? Do you bite off that big toe first, or do you start down there with the
I think I bite the bunion off on the side.
bite the bunion?
Bite the bunion.
That ought to be its advertising on the package, right? Bite the bunion.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Public Enemy had Fight the Power. We could have Bite the Bunion. So here's my thing. I would try that. I mean, if the ice cream, but why not have? You could have. It seems like it was only in one flavor. I mean, why wouldn't you have like orange cream? And
What was the flavor? Toe jam?
it was just that pinkish again, that potted meat pink. Ham salad.
Oh.
Yeah. It says they disappeared in the 1990s, but made a comeback in 2013. All right. Next we have
like Bigfoot.
Smurf Berry Crunch cereal.
Berry crunch
It's just fun to eat. Smurfy treat made by Smurf so happily. They taste like crunchy Smurf berries. Yeah.
Well,
Now that we knew about it.
it says Smurf Berry Crunch wasn't blue, but a mixture of red and purple. Eventually, it was replaced by Smurf Magic Berries, which had star-shaped marshmallows in it. I don't remember that.
With crystals.
Howard said the foot ice cream was foodies with a foot fetish. Like Brady talking about licking between toes and things.
Smurf Berry Crunch, if it were more accurately named from the Smurfs, would be called just Smurf Berry Smurf.
It would be.
You just add Smurf and eat it with your Smurf.
So why is the word berry unadulterated by the Smurf? Why isn't it Smurf?
True. Yeah, I thought they would throw a few words in between. I can't remember exactly, but number 12, Fat Frog ice cream.
What frog?
Fat Frog. Hailing from Ireland, Fat Frog ice cream was another frozen treat of the time. It was shaped like a frog and had gumball eyes.
Oh, I remember those. And it smiled.
No, now they had a smiley face ice cream thing that had gumball eyes.
So I just remember it being green ice cream with that's it with the smiley face. Yep.
See, I was thinking of, because I know that they had another ice cream. I'm going to real quickly do a side Google. Ice cream with gumballs.
Looks like Freddy the Frog from the new Zoo Review.
It does. Crambone.
Oh,
Frog
well,
in
Into the 80s.
there's
Yeah.
well, there were all kinds of them actually that had gumballs for eyes.
See, you put gumballs on ice cream, then the gumballs like freeze and they get hard and hard
yeah.
to chew.
I think the
like
American Dental Association was in cahoots with them. Many a chipped tooth on those.
Cahoots. All right, 13. Dixie's snack crackers. I don't remember these, but it says the package says in a biscuit. I do remember the chicken and a biscuit crackers.
Oh,
but that's a
chicken and
different brand.
biscuits are awesome.
Yeah,
And it was Bizkit. B-I-Z-K-I-T.
yeah. These are BISKIT in a biscuit. Dixie drumsticks. Chicken flavored crackers for when you want chicken without any of the protein.
Dude, as soon as you said that, my mom used to like them. And we would get them.
Dixie drumsticks.
Yep.
There you go.
That's it. Yep.
Nabisco, National Biscuit Company.
Now the box I'm looking at is different, but it's probably just an update. That looks like pre 80s there.
Yeah, it does. That packaging certainly does.
14. Care Bear waffles. Brady, you are a shaped waffle person yourself. You like different shaped waffles. I don't remember the Care Bear waffles.
I don't remember, but like that's not ringing a bell. I mean,
Yeah,
Care
they're
Bears.
just
Yeah,
they're just they were rainbow specks of berries.
Breeze.
They look tasty enough.
Ooh, interesting. Let me put this. Wait a minute. That's donuts. Care
I
Bear
mean-
donuts.
I
Anyone?
don't remember that.
I made a reference this early on in our podcast life. Those actually look pretty good, but there was an Ohio State student cartoon called Pot Shots, and for 2 weeks they ran Careless Bears, where he created, and then on their tummies, that was hysterically funny. So
So Howard says you can get Dixie drumsticks at a store in Gatlinburg.
Nice.
So
right
looking
next to
for
the
some
Warhound
Dixie-
candy and the bottle caps.
By the way, Cracker Barrel last week. I talked to you. I was in Cracker Barrel. You guys were doing the podcast last
Yeah.
week. One of the reasons I go to Cracker Barrel is to get a score bar. Not a score bar. What's it called? I've talked about
Heath
it lots
bar?
of times. No. It has like the 4 different sections and they're different flavors.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's yellow and they have one that has peanut butter, one that has chocolate, one that has caramel, one that has a marshmallow. I can't think of the name of them. But anyway, in Cracker Barrel is the only place I've ever seen them, and this Cracker Barrel did not have them. I was very disappointed.
They did have beer.
Yeah, they did have beer. Yes. It's not a score. What is that called? It's not a score. A score bar is like a
That's toffee.
toffee. Yeah. Man, I can't believe I forgot the name of it. Anyway, I'm going to go quicker here. 15 Pepperidge Farm Star Wars cookies. Kind of boring.
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah. 16. Now, I have a whole topic on Pop-Tarts that I'm going to do one of these days that I've been saving about Pop-Tart flavors. But 16, Dutch Apple Pop-Tarts. I
Not
don't
to be
remember those
confused with the
whatsoever.
Flemish apple Pop Tart.
Now, they do have frosting on them. And when I do my Pop-Tart list at another episode, I have a problem with Pop-Tarts not having the frosting on them.
Oh yeah.
It automatically
un-American.
deems them to the bottom of the Pop-Tart list if they don't have frostings. 17. Famous Amos.
Famous Amos.
Famous Amos.
Famous Amos chocolate chip cookies. I remember those. Wally Amos turned his aunt's chocolate chip cookies recipe into the crispy, chocolatey treats we know and love today. He created the brand in 1975, but it wasn't until the 1980s that it took off.
Infamous Amos.
And they are still in stores. 18 Sunkist Fun Fruits.
Those are like just fruit bites, right?
Yep.
Gels.
Yeah.
19 Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Third
Pizza
degree
roll
burn
down.
on your palate rolls.
Yeah. Here's some history for you. Geno's Pizza Rolls were developed in the late 1960s. But in the 1980s, the brand was sold to Pillsbury. It was rebranded as Totino's Pizza Rolls, which is the brand we all know and love today.
How about that?
20 Burger King French Toast Sticks. I'm not a
still
French
get those.
toast stick fan.
Nor am I.
You
I
want
don't
them
wanna
in a
eat-
flat shingle?
I don't want my I don't want to eat it with my fingers because I like a lot of syrup and powdered sugars on my French toast.
Sounds like Brady would eat it with a napkin.
Oh, you know it. Yeah.
That's true. By putting it in a stick, all you've done is given Brady a handle.
Oh, and I usually choose the side with the brown crusty side to be the handle side. It's the most likely to be javelinized.
All right, I'm finishing it up here. 21 Dairy Queen Blizzards. I didn't realize that was Dairy Queen had been around a long time. It wasn't until 1985 that the new iconic Blizzard was introduced. A thick milkshake with candy mix-ins. The treat is so thick that DQ employees will turn it upside down to show you how thick. They rarely do that for me when I order one.
Uh, I challenge him to do that after they've done a Butterfinger Blizzard or McFlurry, because you know there will be a debris field on top of the dairy treat, and you know that their floor has got to be covered with it at DQ.
The few times they've done that, I've always been tempted to just not reach out and grab it. It's very similar to when the Olive Garden waiter waitress tells me to say when on the cheese, and I just want to not say when.
I don't say when.
I want him to cramp up.
They march two Holsteins in and start milking it.
Yes, I want him to cramp up, get pissed, and just leave the whole block of cheese and the cheese grinder right there on the table with me.
Okay, so you're talking about the turning the Blizzard over. Sometimes you can tell they've just like put new mix in the ice cream machine, because they'll take the Blizzard and they'll kind of do a quick one of those.
Yeah.
They just use gravity, like the old bucket of water trick.
All right, so the last one on the list, there's a few more, but they were kind of boring, but I did want to get to 25. Brady, because you mentioned this, number 25 on the list, Cool Ranch Doritos. Doritos, the messy tortilla chips with intense flavors, came out in the mid-1960s, but in 1986, the brand released Cool Ranch, and life hasn't been the same since.
Definitely impactful.
So you're talking impactful. That was exactly entering my mind. The Blizzard, I believe, was a very impactful invention by Dairy Queen, which came with several different people who try to copy it, even dairy bars and McDonald's. And I can't believe you said McFlurry and Dairy Queen in the same sentence. Brady.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, well, they're all the local establishment, Angela's Curbside. They have Hurricanes.
I don't mind a McFlurry though, especially when they first came out. I like the spoon / giant straw combo.
So
You're gonna run out of storms.
Here's my problem with McFlurries: limited availability of flavors.
Yes,
Plus,
very.
I want strawberries in my McFlurry, and they won't do it.
Really?
They've got strawberries on hand. Just put the strawberries in the McFlurry and mix it up.
They make my banana graham cracker crust white chocolate chip blizzards for me.
What?
Yeah.
They don't even have those flavors. They're getting those out of the back that they just... It's not even a McDonald's.
It's a DQ. There's actual chunk.
Well, you're still getting your McFlurries in your... You said McFlurry.
Did I say McFlurry?
Yeah.
I meant to say Blizzard.
McFlurry.
Oh,
Yeah.
he said McFlurry.
I said McFlurry.
I said Blizzard.
Yeah, I thought Brady said McFlurry also.
Yeah, limited availability of flavors, and I want strawberries in my McFlurry.
Yeah.
I was just telling somebody today about that limited edition McFlurry. It's Struppelhausen or Waffelschoppen, or those are good.
I don't want breakfast foods in my ice cream.
No.
It's caramel and I believe cone chunks or something.
I could do with that. I've had ice cream with cone chunks.
Struppenheise. It's some kind of German sounding thing.
The only acceptable limited edition McFlurry is the Rolo.
Oh, that is
Rolo is a very underrated candy.
Oh
Is.
yeah, it's a versatile candy. There's nothing that Rolo can't do.
Well, plus it takes you 10, 15 minutes just to eat one.
Well, then you feel like you're like invading Fort Knox to get through the gold foil just to get the candy.
Yeah, they need to make foilless Roli.
That's why I like those bags of them.
Yeah.
The mini Roli, and they're like they're denuded, so you just have to reach into the bag and munch them.
Yeah.
Well, hope your bag hasn't melted. Then you're in trouble.
You just got one big gob of caramel and chocolate.
I've done that before. I've left them in, and it's like a chocolate caramel monster, and I feel like a crime scene because it's all over me.
So what takes longer to chew, a Roli or a bullseye? Because I usually just eat the middle of the bullseye and throw the outside away. Those things, seriously, I mean, those tire me. They wear me out.
Like the Charleston chews.
Oh yeah, as I've gotten older, I don't know if it happens to everyone. My teeth don't feel as strong. I feel like I'm going to tear them all out when I try to eat something like that. But even when I was a kid, I didn't like the outside of the bullseyes.
My jaw becomes fatigued.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or what's the other one? Is it the chocolate reason or whatever? The chocolate.
Reason. Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Those
Boy,
take
it's a
about day
firm
and a
center
half.
there.
You got to put that one up for later to finish it.
That comes at about 3 on the Mohs scale in geology on hardness.
Brady,
It's
did you
basically
say
just
the
chocolate covered cud.
Brady? Did you say the melted Rolos got all over you?
Oh yeah. Well,
Did you go into a conniption fit?
I did. I had to eat it strategically because, like, the bag, I'm going to kind of demonstrate with my hands here. Like, it was sitting like this, so the chocolate all rolled to one side, and all the caramel, like, crowned on the top. So when you would extract it from the bag, you had to decide: am I going to chew the caramel first, and then wear the chocolate and take 5 hours getting it off of you, or do you tackle the chocolate and it looks like, you've just face planted in a bog?
See, that's getting into my stickiness issue. I don't like the sound of it. You throw that bag away and start over with some fresh roll-eye.
All right, so we got several comments here. So Becky said she never ate much other than kind of take her. Bless you, whoever did that.
Never ate much of this stuff.
The gang said, "Bless you." She sneezed in front of millions.
Yeah, millions.
Millions.
Becky said her grandma owned a restaurant and a bar, so she never had other food other than cooked meals. So that's good.
Yeah.
Also said brown sugar blueberry Pop-Tarts are all she would eat.
I don't mind the brown sugar Pop-Tarts, but they got to have the icing on them. The
brown sugar.
Yeah.
Like the blueberry. That's good.
But again, they have to have the icing.
She also says pizza rolls are 15 minutes of torture to cool down. So it should be in the directions that you take a fork and you puncture the pizza roll to help it cool down.
Yeah. Let them hiss at you a little bit.
Well, then you got a geyser of goo, because especially if you microwave them, it spurts out.
Geyser of goo. She also said she bought 9 3-pound bags of Rolos at Christmas time, ate 2 of them in 5 days.
Gosh. So 9 3-pound bags
So
of Rolos.
And 2 of them. So she ate 6 pounds or 2.
You ate 6 pounds of Rolos in 5 days.
That's impressive.
That is.
So that's over
wow.
a pound a day.
I just realized something there. A Rolo should not come in a bag. It's a Rolo. It should come in a roll. They're not called bagos.
Now Howard says Rolos are
Altos.
juvenile milk duds.
They're fancy milk duds. They're shapen. They're some more time went into the shape of them. But aren't they called Rolos because they're in a roll?
Yeah.
I
Well,
would think.
and that's irritating with the Rolo commercials. It would show somebody who had perfectly penetrated the foil, and it shows them doing this cool move with their thumb.
Oh yeah, like a Pez dispenser with the Rolos.
Yeah. That took 100 takes. That doesn't happen in the real world.
You drop 3 Rolos on the floor, then
I got yelled at for trying it.
No, but you had to take the Rolos and just break them. You had to break it down the middle and get yourself started.
Yeah.
No judgment at all, Becky.
Nope,
Just,
not at all.
Not at all. I would do the
incredulous.
same.
Yes, Howard also says bullseyes are short, fat cowtails.
Ooh.
Cowtails.
I love the bovine post-anal meatus.
Post-anal? Is that a real word?
No.
It should be.
My Moorhead State zoology. The technical term for a cowtail is a bovine post-anal meatus. Just like when you go to the fair and you get the cinnamon-covered pachyderm auditory meatus. An elephant ear.
How come a tail and an ear meatus is in both of those?
Yeah, well, meatus just explains. Actually, I don't know don't make any jokes about meatus. Before my professor, I thought it was called meatus because it's meatus, but it's meatus. But yeah, a tail and an ear are both meati.
Really? So is any appendage a meatus?
That question is above my pay grade.
Would have to
I
do
only
with
know of two.
presence of cartilage, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. She also says first time she'd seen roll eye in a bag, hence buying so many.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order on that one?
I don't believe so.
All right. So, invite you to visit our website, gentlemen. www.playitbyyourpodcast.com. And at said website, you can find many things. Let me get to the right page here before I share. We've been hawking these T-shirts.
Buy a T-shirt.
Yes, buy
They're
a T-shirt.
the only. Yes, they're the only T-shirt guaranteed to make you look incredible.
Yes, and there's a picture of it. You can click on that picture of a T-shirt. It will take you to our crowdsourcing website, buymeacoffee.com. You can pay for it there, and that is at the store link at the top of the page. So if you want a T-shirt, we have many on hand in different sizes. So please avail yourself to some play-it-by-ear fashion wear. Fashion wear.
Swimwear?
There. All right, Brady Liming.
See.
Where's yours?
Okay, so I didn't get to discuss this with Todd at all, and I briefly discussed it with Eric. I just told him what I was doing, and this one's going to be fun. It's something we can all contribute to in our own way. But this comes from a site called BoardPanda.com, and it's ridiculously stupid things that people have done. Just that dumb thing that you've done that you just can't believe you ever did it. It's just ridiculously, embarrassingly dumb. It was not well thought out.
I've got nothing.
So I will just start off. They said that this really picked up in the internet era after somebody posted a tweet about a friend. Anyway, her roommate was making burritos for frozen burritos, and the silly part was when the microwave didn't work, they threw away the frozen burrito. They thought something was wrong with it and got another one out of the freezer and put it in the microwave.
So they thought the burrito was broken, not the microwave.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And one of those things where, there's your mind gets distracted and you do ridiculous things. Although
that would be the cheaper option to just try another burrito.
Just try another burrito, absolutely. So one of the this one that's contributed to this list, my brother-in-law had a high school girlfriend who thought Abraham Lincoln was the first African American president because of his coloration on a penny. And then the mother-in-law said, "Well, he's green on the $5 bill. That doesn't mean he's Martian."
Plus, a penny's copper.
I know. It just sounds dumb all the way around.
I guess that's no different. I mean, I could see that. I guess that's no different than me growing up thinking that at one time the world was in black and white, because all the pictures I had seen were old pictures were black and white.
I remember asking my mother if they saw in color back in the day because
yeah, has to be a pretty typical Ute thought.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. My friend in high school insisted Italian was not a language because she was Italian but spoke English. Her history teacher left the class to enter mine to tell us about it. I'm Italian. That's not a real language. I speak English.
So you got to wonder, how Italian was she? And by that I mean, was she just born in Italy and then or born in Italy and maybe moved over here when she was a baby or something?
Maybe 6 generations removed of Russo's or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay. Sorry, I got to scroll down a bit. Okay, when I was in 4th grade, I had to practice the recorder for music class, but my mother wouldn't let me once the sun had set because she believed it would call snakes into the house. I'm a snake.
Every snake within 10 miles lines up.
Outside of Sardinia Elementary during the spring program, when the kids are playing the recorders, it looks like St. Patrick is just marched by the school. All right.
They must not have had recorders back in our day.
No, I don't remember them.
School district. I'm sure they existed, but why are they called recorders?
I have no idea.
Doesn't seem
I have no idea. The only thing they record is parental angst. But all right. My roommate in college used to wash her feet by putting them one at a time into the toilet and flushing them. No soap.
Now the question is, did she flush the toilet before she put her first foot in?
That in this day and age, that will get you to be an amputee because the pressure that those automatic ones will flush. I mean,
yeah, the one that goes
whoosh. Yes, it gives you about a heart attack because you're not expecting it to sound like the space shuttle taking off. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm looking through. People kept setting our microwave on fire because they didn't know you had to add water to ramen noodles. This happened 3 times, and I had to put a note on the microwave. So somebody did not know in this place of employment that you had to put the water in the ramen noodles.
I didn't know that would burn up a microwave.
I guess so. Okay, this one's not dumb. It's just intriguing. I would like to interview this person. One of my friends' roommates tried to boil water for 15 minutes on low. She said she didn't like using high heat because the coil turned red. So that was threatening in some way?
I can see that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I think it could cause a fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Fire.
All right. When my oldest son was in high school, he dated a girl that destroyed multiple microwaves by trying to thaw out cans of frozen Dr. Pepper. Her family never clued her into it.
So first off, why do you have so many cans of frozen? Who's letting their Dr. Pepper get frozen? Unless you're doing it on purpose. And second off, how many times would it take for you to realize that you can't put a can of Dr. Pepper in the microwave?
And this is the second microwave destroying reference. Now, I guess one of my stupid moments that I was saving, this is a good time to insert, involved a microwave. And in 8th grade, our art project was to take a bar of ivory soap and make a carving out of it. Well, I kind of messed up. So I had the brilliant idea, I'm going to take a milk carton, and I'm going to put the soap in this milk carton, and I'm going to melt it in the microwave, and then it'll come out nice and square, and not only be able to be redone, but I'll actually like it better because it was taller and easier to sculpt. Well, I put it in the microwave, and lo and behold, it looked like a county fair prize-winning cauliflower. It looked like a giant brain, and it made the food taste like ivory soap for a month in the microwave.
So did you turn it in and say, "Hey, I carved a brain"?
I think I turned it in as an abstract.
How did I go so many years without hearing that story? I've never heard that story.
Really?
And I don't remember carving ivory soap.
I don't either.
Now, I remember when microwaves first became a thing, I remember that I believe it was Arby's had to, because people wasn't thinking, and they would warm up their Arby's sandwiches in the microwave, but the foil wrapper caused issues.
Yeah.
And the other Arby microwave disaster, I don't know why my mother did this. I think she was heating up maybe coffee or something, but it was in a special edition Christmas cup that was gotten at Arby's, and it had a small gold ring. It looked like the top of the cup was golden, like a piece of golden foil, and that ignited the microwave.
Shouldn't have had 5 golden rings if it was a Christmas cup.
That must have been what it was. All right. So this would be a good time, gentlemen. Do you have your own story of doing something ridiculously dumb?
I know one thing one of my friends did was had to do with a graduated cylinder in chemistry class.
Hey, I've heard from that friend that was lies.
Was not lies. I saw it.
Did it involve a Bunsen burner?
Yes, it did. A Bunsen burner.
I hope my new administration is not going to, since I'm now a 9th grade science teacher, I hope they're not listening to this story. But I thought it was a beaker. Long story short, it said Pyrex on it. And I thought that immediately made it fire safe. And it wasn't done out of malice or anything. I just grabbed the wrong thing and I exploded a graduated cylinder thinking it was a beaker.
See, and I didn't even say it was you, Brady. I just said a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Wow. There was accusatory tone.
Accusatory tone.
Speaking of the microwave, when I was substituting right after I graduated, I was doing a little subbing, and I was subbing at Lynchburg, and Celia was at lunchtime. She was we had like, ginger snap cookies, and get this from my mom, because my mom, any like hardened cookie, my mom would just be like, "Well, just pop in the microwave for 20 seconds and it'll soften back up a little bit," and it does work. But so Celia put a ginger snap cookie in the microwave and set the time and forgot about it, and she'd actually put something like she tried 5 seconds and then put 5 minutes or whatever, and we kind of forgot about it. Next thing we know, there's smoke rolling out of it, and
your inferno.
I didn't even work there, and I had to like take the microwave, unplug it, and run it outside and throw it out in the rain. It was raining outside. So I saved Lynchburg Middle School from being burned to the ground from a ginger snap mishap.
Oh, that rhymes.
Sounds like the title to an internet story, The Ginger Snap Mishap.
There's probably, I'd say lots of people have a microwave. Wouldn't you think that would be a pretty common mishap apparatus? Mishapparatus?
Apparatus.
I would say most of it has to do with putting metal in there.
Well, and just things like, burning popcorn. I mean, who hasn't burned popcorn?
There's a stench.
There's, you guys both know, working in schools, that's you always know when somebody burns a bag of popcorn or has fish for lunch. There should be a rule at every place of employment that you're not allowed to have fish for lunch.
During lunch and after.
Oh, gosh. Put it in the microwave.
Fresh trout dinner.
I was going to say, you put it in the microwave and you're instantly in SeaWorld.
Oh, yeah. It smells like low tide in the teacher's lounge.
Oh, gosh.
All right, we got stories rolling in here.
Oh.
So Becky said when she was 7, she put a foam container in the microwave full of chili at her grandma's restaurant. It smelled so bad, melted through and all over everything. Howard, I had classmates in biology class attempt to use the butane to breathe fire.
Oh, gosh.
The result was lost eyebrows and burned bangs. Now, Celia has a different take on your story there, Todd. No, it was the old-fashioned kind that you turned a knob. I turned the knob and it started talking and forgot about it. So she just picked a random quarter knob or something. And
yeah. Either way, I saved the day.
So Becky also said she about burned Lynchburg to the ground. That's another story. Maybe the fire department will tell you about it.
Now, here is one that is pretty dumb.
Well, real quick though, who hasn't exploded a hot dog in the microwave?
Oh,
because you got to stab it with some forks or some toothpicks before you heat it up.
I hate it when they split. I don't. When they blow out at the end, that's expected. But when they split, I hate it.
Gotta hate
You know
that.
exactly
boy.
what I mean.
You see the end of the hot dog fly and just hit the glass door.
Yeah.
No, but you got to poke them, Brady. If you poke them, they won't split.
Oh.
You take it and you jab it with a fork, twist it and jab it, and then you wrap it up in a napkin.
What do
It
you do,
won't-
Todd?
It won't. You take it and you stab it and jab it, or you can do it with toothpicks.
Oh gosh.
I thought everybody knew that. That's no wonder your hot
Oh yeah,
dog's
yeah,
splitting.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, I thought it was it's the over under. Of course, I poke it a little bit, but I always hate it when, like I said, you expect the ends to boist, but I hate it when
Yeah.
it splits down the middle.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm thinking of this made on TV contraption, as seen on TV contraption, where it's got like toothpicks or fork tines, and you sit the wiener on the fork tine, and it has fork tines on the top, and you just take the top down and right through the wiener, so it doesn't explode in the microwave.
I know what you're gonna say, Todd. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. You go ahead.
Oh, there was a baby food burger, and it was like shaped like a wiener dog, and you put a hot dog in it, and it's like a strainer, and it would cut it into cubes. So like the wiener dog apparatus was just long. Yeah.
Yeah. I received one of those as a gift for something. I'm trying to remember what it was. I have one of those.
Yeah.
I have one. Yeah.
You used to have one.
Yeah. It
It's like
works
a
pretty well.
chomper.
Yeah.
So yes, Becky, those were his words. He pokes it so it doesn't blow out at the end. That is correct. You heard correctly.
Now. Oh man. So this one is like, okay, it is dumb and ridiculous, but I could see anybody doing this because if they get really involved in the moment. So this person says, I had a friend that cut his finger while slicing a bagel because his finger was in the hole and he needed stitches. So he put his finger through the bagel hole and he was cutting it whilst on his finger and forgot that his finger was in the hole. And he cut his finger very badly. Oh,
There we go. Does it spit the hot dog chunks into the food bowl? That's ingenious.
It's so
Oh,
well you put the
But do
dog
they
right
roll-
there,
yeah.
and then this it's amazing because there's no blades, there's nothing sharp.
the
then-
bowl is for the ketchup if you wish.
Yeah, the bowl's for the ketchup.
Oh, gotcha.
So then you
Or
just
mustard, if you will. Don't
I'm
put
trying to
ketchup
get a
on no
good-
dog.
Let me see that dog's face. It looks really happy.
Looks kind of frightened, actually.
Yeah, now it looks scared.
So anyway, you put the hot dog in there, and then you do that, and it slices it, and the slices lay in the slit in the dog's back, and then you can dip them in the
But the dog's
catsup.
The dog's snout is over the bowl where your sauce is.
Well, that's
It
for
would
looks,
se-
like he's eating out of his food bowl.
Seem it would be a little unwieldy trying to get to
It's
the
aesthetics, Eric.
preferred sauce.
Give
No,
it the
there's more
program,
room.
man.
There's more room there than you think. It's got quite a bit of room.
It's a
See that angle maybe helps a little bit.
optical illusion.
Does that help?
So it
Does that
looks
help?
like his snout's a little bit off to the side. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Everybody
Uh,
should have one of those, especially with kids.
That's handy. Was that as seen on TV?
I don't know. My
Made
cousin
by
got
the
this
same
for me.
company as the clapper?
I'm trying to remember what I. Oh, I think he
Is
got this
she
for
a
me
Pets?
when I graduated college.
I remember when Dad bought a clapper, and my mom just got hysterical because he saw it on TV and he rigged it up, and he's like, "Watch this, the big reveal," and nothing happened. And the more he messed with that clapper, like I think he clapped and the neighbor's lights went off or something like that, you know.
Oh, I could see Mousy getting all bent out of shape about it.
Oh,
Clapper.
he was not happy.
Once again makes me think of a Bob and Tom bit about the Harry Carey and the him having a clapper and his loud Budweiser flatulence turned on the lights.
Okay. So I'm looking at the time, and this is probably be a good one to end my topic on. we could always go on, but I'm just saying this would be a good one. And Todd, this is for you in light of our discussion a minute ago. This person said in college, my friend wanted to make baked potatoes in the microwave. He called his mom for instructions, and she said, stick forks in them and then put them in the microwave. Well, he stuck forks in them.
And put the tater and the fork in the microwave.
Yeah, put the tater and the forks in the microwave and caused massive microwave damage.
Got to watch that tater, right, Becky?
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
Everybody knows you don't put your tater in the microwave. You put your tater in the shower.
That's right. Everyone knows that.
Oh, man.
All right. So, Howard, here's the definition of stupid. When a baseball's fouled off and over the fan in the stands, everyone yells heads up, so you look up and get hit in the face. That is true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
That is very true.
Should be duck and cover, like in the old days with when you see the flash. Duck and cover.
Or just, or like 4, like in golf.
Yeah, right?
All right. Okay, this is a quick one. Just it is what it is. Had a coworker say that he never ate raw shrimp because he thought. Wait, there was a coworker that never ate raw shrimp. He thought that they came breaded from the ocean. So he thought that was actually the breaded part was how the shrimp came out of the ocean. He'd never seen a raw shrimp.
So did he think it was diseased or something?
Well, I just think he thought that it was like an exo cover of some kind.
No, but when he saw it without it, did he think it was a sickly shrimp?
Yeah.
So when he actually had the breaded shrimp, did he remove the breading, thinking it was, like you said, an exoskeleton? Or?
No, I just think that he thought that's what shrimp looked like.
Well, I think it should. I think all shrimp should have breading on it.
I think everything should have breading on it. Certainly would make everything more tasty.
Yes.
So
Especially
Howard asked,
shrimps.
They come covered in cocktail sauce too.
I hate cocktail sauce.
I know I've told that story on here where I had to be suave and eat that shrimp cocktail to.
There's only one thing you dip your breaded shrimp in, and that's catsup.
Not ketchup. Catsup.
That's right, catsup.
And not red gold catsup.
No. Although I will say, red gold is better than Hunt's. It goes Heinz, Red Gold, any other brand, and then Hunt's.
Hunt's.
Any other brand?
Yes,
You're willing to put any other brand ahead of Hunt's?
probably.
As a non-ketchup consumer, what makes Hunt's offensive?
It's just I don't know. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's just I just don't like it. It's just I don't know, it's
Right.
different.
All right. So now that may put me down on a lupine excursion here.
And I don't mean to offend anyone who eats Hunt's ketchup. I just don't happen to like it, or I happen not to like it.
All right. Heinz. Then you have the store brands, whatever store brand. French's.
French
That's
makes
a-
ketchup?
Had some French's in some little packets I've never
Is
had.
it yellow?
No, it's not. Let's see. I'm just going down. Del Monte. I think I've had some Del Monte ketchup before.
Yeah.
Whataburger has its own ketchup.
And I like Whataburger's ketchup.
Yes, Brooks has
The-
ketchup.
Flip Daddy's, I don't know if there's any of those around still, but Flip Daddy's got their ketchup from I can't think of the name of the place, but it was out of Chicago. And they had really good ketchup.
I'm doing a quick scroll here. Those are really the only brands. It seems like the ketchup
it's-
market is a pretty shallow pool here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like ranch. I mean, there are some good ranches out there, but none of them are better than Hidden Valley.
The ones that come from fully exposed valleys are just not as good.
Oh, well, here's one for you. We'll talk about brands here. What is the brand name that you thought you'd never see on ketchup?
I'm going to be
Jif.
funny. Grey Poupon.
No. Great poupon. Well,
Hershey.
Brady, Hershey. Brady, you're not far off, actually.
Hellman's. Ah,
Hellman's.
real ketchup.
Real.
Not the fake ketchup. It's a real ketchup.
That is sweetened only with honey.
Sweetened with honeys.
It says it's new. How new is it?
I
Never
don't
had it.
know.
I've never.
Must be that new. You've never had
I
it.
see hunts there lurking.
I don't know. The
I would
fact
rather
that-
eat. I would rather go back to the days when ketchup was made out of mushrooms, and I don't even like mushrooms. And fish oil, fish. Ketchup wasn't always made out of tomatoes. It was
Did
like a
not
fish.
know that.
Yeah, it was a fish oil type thing. It was made out. So it was made out of fish, like fish,
Well,
and then it was made out.
Yeah, I knew the fish part. I didn't know mushrooms were involved.
Yeah, it was made out of mush. They tried all kinds of things because, see, the tomatoes in the night. I'm going to geek out on you here, but tomatoes in the nightshade family, and a lot of people they for years they thought nightshade were all poisonous.
Yeah.
So the tomato is a nightshade plant, or it comes from the nightshade plant, but it's not poisonous.
Oh,
But they didn't know that back then. So
Yeah.
Todd, your wife loves cocktail sauce on fries.
See, it's not that I could sooner eat a cocktail sauce on a fry. It's just the fact that I was eating a raw creek bug.
see, I just don't like. I can't stand a horse's radish.
Oh, is that what's in cocktail sauce?
Yes.
Equine radish. Yeah.
That's why I don't like the what's the sauce that has horsey sauce, I guess. Horsey sauce is horseradish, yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right. Anything else? Any more lupine excursions here before?
Nope. We are truly living up to our name tonight.
Yeah. All right. So once again, I want to call your attention to our store. Go to www.playbyyourpodcast.com and you can visit our link to our store and scroll down to the bottom of the page, click on the page or the link, click on the picture of the t-shirt and you can buy a t-shirt with our logo on it. One color, which is what's in the picture there, kind of heather gray sort of color. Is that the official color, Todd? It's grayish.
Yeah.
Or charcoal gray.
Yeah.
Charcoal. Yeah. So yeah, you can click on the t-shirt picture. It'll take you to buymeacoffee.com. You can pay for the shirt there and we can get that shirt to you. All right. So now we are to the gain of the night. Gain is ducking high. Ducking high. All right.
Quack, quack, quack.
All right. So here's the game. So I draw a card from the pile and it gives a situation, for lack of a better term. And I'll give you, for instance, here. So if you were to go streaking, what event would be the funniest to interrupt? So each of our co-hosts will give an answer, and audience, you will vote to tell us which is the best answer, and our hosts will get a point depending upon your vote.
Let's hear the audience's answers on that.
I've got a good one. I think.
Okay, audience, I'll read it again. You can give an answer. If you were to go streaking, what event would be the funniest to interrupt? Audience members?
They got all shy on us.
Well, you guys can answer for instance. Brady, you had one in mind. What would it be?
Yeah. The running of the bulls in Pamplona.
Pamplona.
An inopportune goring, and you know that you'd look like a grandfather clock running down the street, everything swinging because like those bulls were chasing you.
So is it the funniest or what was the? I'm sorry. What was the?
What event would be the funniest to interrupt?
Man,
Now, Brady, I don't think the event that you said would be funny to interrupt. I think the goring would be funny.
Yes.
I don't know, because everybody is in those white suits, and there's that one dude that's streaking with an angry cow behind him.
I would say is it the Yukonuba or whatever dog show?
Westminster.
Well, isn't there another one? There's the Westminster. Isn't there a Yukon?
There is a Yukonuba one too.
Yeah. And it has to be during the hound round.
The hound. Do they have different rounds based upon breed
Yeah.
of dog?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hound
there's like the
round.
working class. The
Why don't
toy
they call it
class.
the hound round? I want paid for that. I want them to adopt that and pay me.
And now
Yes.
the hound round. Savannah says the Daytona 500. That's a good
Ooh.
answer.
Yep,
You'd have to be up there with the pace car.
Right.
man.
Joey.
Joey.
Say, sorry, he missed us tonight. He was counting the Pomeranian's nails.
Joey has some of the best "I was busy" excuses I've ever heard. That is awesome.
He is the man.
He's a,
I love his entrances.
And we still never know whether he's cutting up with us or not.
yeah, he
He
leads
could
an
very well be trimming a Pomeranian's nails.
Yeah.
eclectic life. All right, audience. Now you're voting on whether Todd's or Brady's answers are the best. Okay. So we drew lots backstage. First answer, Brady.
We are
Brady,
single-handedly keeping lots alive.
I am. That's my goal. What food that is not normally blended would you like to put in a blender and suck through a straw? Oh, that timing was perfect.
Yeah. So say that one more time. You kind of faded out on me.
What food that is not normally blended would you like to put in a blender and suck through a straw?
Caramels and bananas.
Caramels and bananas. Okay.
I like to eat. Caramels and
Caramels
bananas.
and bananas.
I like to suck. Caramels and bananas.
How much would you have to blend a caramel to suck it through a straw?
If it was out of a Rolo, you'd have to blend it for hours.
Yeah.
Speaking of caramels, and you remember those little caramel cubes?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Kraft caramel
Yeah.
cubes.
And cellophane wrappers. Oh, those were delicious.
Yeah. But I could only eat two because my jowls would start going.
Oh,
The pressure to get through two. I usually just lick on them and spit them out.
I made myself ill one time. I ate like 5 packages of Gatz caramels. Those are those caramels with a white creamy center. And I just thought I just like ate those like they were going out of business. Oh man, I think my intestines were just,
Gummed up.
gummed up. It just my stomach hurt. I was so sick. But I love those things. I could eat a pound of them.
I'm
Right,
going to
Todd.
say,
Gave you some think time there, Todd.
yeah. I'm going to say manwich.
With or without bun.
So is
No
it like a
slaw.
manwich smoothie?
No slaw.
It's
You can have some bun in there.
manwich on bun.
I think bun would
School
paste it up
menu
too much.
said- What did the school menu say? It didn't say manwich.
So
Barbecue
yeah.
on
Barbecue
bun.
on bun.
So you're just taking the manwich sandwich
Mm.
and putting it in liquefying it to drink through a straw.
Yeah. Hey, when you get old, that's how you're going to eat. You might as well get ready for it.
Embrace it, man. It's coming. It's coming.
All right, audience. Which had the better answer? Brady's bananas and caramels. Caramels, not caramels. We're high class here. Or Todd's manwich on bun.
Are you saying cement instead of cement or cement instead of cement?
A cement pond.
Tomato. All right. Becky says probably that Guillermo's coming out all parts of the tater, Brady.
Oh.
Also says she hates puree. All right. Howard likes Todd and his manwich Slurpee.
Is Murphy.
Savannah says Brady's answer is the best. Becky goes with Todd.
I would think, though, both of those would be good toppings for some other, like, get you a nice meatloaf and top it with some manwich Slurpee.
that kind of got me in the feels a little bit. I burped a little.
You don't have to watch it being made. You just got to eat it. You don't have to know how the sausage is made.
I think it's probably our only 3 audience members that are answering. So Todd, you get the point.
Yeah. I like his answer better too.
1-0. All right, Todd. Your first answer here. You can only wear a white shirt with black text on it for the rest of your life. What does the shirt say? All kinds of places I'm going in my mind with this. Not about what's on the shirt, but in your current position. You have to wear this T-shirt like to work and stuff.
I'm going to say... You're right. It's got to be something appropriate to be realistically.
Yeah. Of course, I'm saying these things and coloring your answer. So while you're thinking, Becky makes a comment. We never know the sauces that people make. Who knows the wizardry behind the fast food? That is true. That's why Brady swears off all sauce-based items.
Except salsa.
Salsa.
Or marinara.
Marinara.
Or a queso.
I'm going to say a white shirt with black lettering.
Yes.
Milk.
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 Milk. All right, Brady.
I think mine would say, "Behold my only shirt."
Now, I saw one of the answers here that one of the audience members put. Howard said the shirt should say generic T-shirt. I would reduce that going back to the 80s when generic items first came out. They were in the white with black writing labels.
That's where I got my milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my milk. I'm saying that's where I got milk because I remember you'd always see in movies where it was just a white carton with milk written on the side of it.
Or driving down the expressway and the sign says food.
Yeah. Beer.
Restaurant.
Goes back to one of Brady's pet peeves of movies when they walk into a bar. Or is that my pet peeve when they say, "I'll take a beer"?
Yeah, and they knew exactly.
Slide a beer down to him.
There was one in Aberdeen, Ohio that just said liquor.
Spelled?
Liquor.
Oh, okay. See, Howard, I'd take your answer and just say T-shirt, not generic. That'd be neat. Shirt, yes. Becky says her shirt would say tater. All right, Savannah votes Todd's answer is the best. Howard and Becky, you're the ones voting. It's good there are 3 of you, so we don't have any ties. I have to be the tiebreaker for. Todd's answer being
Milk.
Milk.
In block letters.
In block letters. Or
Should have gone with up again it. And then the back would say, but not in it.
I choose my answer to Bam Bam.
Actually, the lyric says Bam a Lamb. Right? Bam a Lamb.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, to get the full joke in there, the front of the shirt would have to say black blood pudding. And then the back would have to say Bam Bam.
Black pudding. Black blood pudding. Bam. Becky
Our
says
silliness.
Todd. Which
I think Todd wins again.
Yep, I think. Like I said, we have
Something
three
has
people
dulled my
voting.
senses tonight. I'm going to have to get better.
I don't know. Todd has gotten out to these leads before and has been
That's right.
taken.
No lead is safe.
Todd 2-0, 2-0. Right, we are playing to 5, by the way, so you know. All right, Brady.
See.
If there were an alien invasion and you could choose anyone to negotiate on the Earth's behalf, who would you choose? Oh, I know.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. That's an interesting answer. Todd? If there were an alien invasion and you could choose anyone to negotiate on the Earth's behalf,
Living or dead?
who would you choose? There are no parameters, so.
So it's between Scott Baio and Todd Bridges.
I didn't know they were going to
Or
invade.
Greta Van Susteren. No, I'm going to have to go with Wilford Brimley. The Brims.
Wilford Brimley. Oh, nice answer.
Don't invade us.
You know what happens to invaders, don't you? They get diabetes. I can see the shirt, "Don't invade us," like written just like
With an angry Brimley eyebrow. Oh.
That was a good one. Becky says Will Smith.
Slap them aliens.
Yeah.
Savannah's vote. Brady's answer is the best. Morgan Freeman. Howard says it's too cerebral. So, Howard, does that mean you vote for Todd?
No,
Or is he
he's
saying
saying
too
like
cerebral?
too cool, man. Too cerebral, Brady.
Is he saying
Awesome.
mine's too cerebral and he's voting for Brady, or is he saying that Brady's too cerebral?
I don't know. Todd
Oh.
has it with Brimley.
The brims.
All right, Becky.
Fill it to the brim, baby.
Becky, you're the tiebreaker. Are we looking at Brady's Morgan Freeman answer or Todd's Wilford Brimley answer? Don't invade us. Becky says Brady. Brady gets his first point.
In my point.
Point. Point. Point.
Boo.
Wait a minute.
Only one for a point. One.
Yeah. You need to be wearing a derby like some good Australian rules football officials.
I knew I should have gone Gary Busey.
I thought someone would say Donald Trump. I swear. All right, Todd. If your fridge played a song every time you opened it, what would the song be? I guess I read that right. What song would be best? So I guess it. I don't know if that changes your thought pattern on the question, but if your fridge played a song every time you opened it, what song would be best?
Oh, man. Beat it.
Is the fridge responsible for trying to keep your svelte waistline? Is
That's
that what you're saying?
yeah. It's like it, or it's just tired of me holding the door open and staring at it.
Gotcha.
So beat it. Like, get out of here. Should have gone with eat it, but
Yeah,
You did.
I was trying to not go the funny route. I was trying to go the
Yeah.
serious route.
I've got my answer.
okay.
You're as cold as ice.
Doo-doo-doo.
By
Nice.
Foreigner.
Ferner.
Wouldn't that be you singing to the fridge though?
That's
Well,
true.
he's talking about the items leaving its realm.
Gotcha.
So when you reach in
You
and
would be
grab
warm.
that Coke, yeah.
All right. So Todd said beat it. Brady said cold as ice by Ferner.
Ferner.
Foreigner.
By the way, Howard would have picked Stone Cold Steve Austin to negotiate on the Earth's behalf. All
Just
right,
going with Steve Austin.
Becky has left us.
You're going to
leave our
solar system because Stone Cold said so.
I may have to break ties now. Howard says
Ooh.
Brady. Savannah says Todd.
We got a
Oh.
tweet one.
It's
We
toit.
do.
It is
Anybody
very-
else? Anybody else to vote?
How many do we have in the room?
4. But only 3 of which have been voting. So looks like I may have to break this one.
Not sure why Mrs. Griffin stopped commenting.
Yes, Mrs. Griffin should be a voter in this. All right.
She was nice enough to bring me the wiener slicer. It looks like she could at least vote.
So I guess in my case, I feel that I would like the refrigerator to help me in my ability to keep my weight down. So I will go with Todd. Beat it.
Yeah, because plus I got yelled at. Not yelled at. I shouldn't say that. I bet if I was told once, I was told a million times when I was a kid to stop standing there with the refrigerator door open.
I had that discussion today because I'm turning into my father. No, Reagan was getting the contents to make a sandwich out of the fridge, and she proceeded to make the sandwich on the fridge ledge inside the fridge. She was constructing.
How is that
it.
even possible?
Well, because we've got a pretty wide fridge ledge, and she just got the items to put on it right there by the drawer, and I'm like,
Say, Brady, it's about time you go to Kroger. It sounds like your cupboard's pretty bare. She's-
What, condiments and all right there on the ledge?
not condiments. She just put the sandwich together, but still, that we're not talking about a few seconds where you make your choice, grab it, and move on.
Which, looking back, does it really? I would have never questioned him, but now I'm going to have to call Dad up and ask him why it bothered him so much, because I can't imagine it's making your electric bill go up that much, if at all.
I bet it harkens back to the days of ice boxes, or when you opened it up, it would melt the ice.
I would say that's a valid point, because our parents would be of the age that they probably did have an ice box or some such thing rather than a fridge.
Plus, I think it was just if your kid is within sight, they got to be doing something that they shouldn't be doing, so you got to tell them to stop doing something.
Yeah.
Right. Or you're not doing your job as a parent.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see who's first here.
Me.
Brady, I believe it, or is it you, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think there's some assumptions being made with this particular situation.
No, it is Brady. I apologize.
That's what I thought. Okay. I think there are some assumptions being made with this particular situation, but at any rate, I'll ask it. If your dog could understand English for 30 seconds, what would you say to it?
Is this Todd's question or mine?
No, it's yours, Brady.
Easy. Pepper, my dear dog. When you have to go to the bathroom, just let me know. I'll let you out. And if I let you out, just come back quickly and all's good. I will let you out whenever you want. Just don't leave the yard.
Was that 30 seconds?
It's pushing that 30 seconds.
It was. All right, Todd.
Yeah. How do you get by without wiping?
By the way, welcome, David. We are voting on which answer to the particular situation I give is the best, whether it's Brady's or Todd's. So our situation here again is if your dog could understand English for 30 seconds, what would you say to it? Now,
Has anyone ever wondered how a dog gets? I mean, dogs don't.
They don't have
But
butt
wouldn't that-
cheeks.
Yeah, but they have.
There's nothing obstructing it. It just comes flying out with nothing to hinder its progress.
There's hair.
Here. All right, Todd, would you be frustrated in the fact because the question doesn't say that the dog can respond to you, it just says it can understand. So you've asked this question of it, and it can't respond to you.
I actually take this as the dog can respond. Otherwise, it's no different scenario than what you could have. It says you have 30 seconds, right, to talk to your dog.
Yeah.
Then I take that as the dog can talk back.
No,
It
I
says,
think he
what
could
would
just
you say to
understand it. He could translate it from Barcanese.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm sticking with my answer though because again, if it's saying you have 30 seconds, it's that's a magical 30 seconds where you can have a conversation with your dog. I can talk to my dog all the time for more than 30 seconds in real life.
But you don't know if the dog's picking up on what you're saying.
You know, for without a doubt, that the dog is decoding what you're saying, so it's understanding.
But I
Like
question
Pep.
the cleanliness of your dog's hind end, Brady. If you're saying, you don't have butt cheeks, you're fine.
Well, no.
There's a
I
tail.
mean,
there's
I'm
a,
not-
there's
I'm
a
not
tail to
saying-
get the.
Well,
No,
but
no,
that's why they make a
no.
little question mark with it to get it out of the way.
That's post anal meatus to you.
Yes.
That's pre. I thought the other.
No, pre. If it's pre, there's a bigger problem there.
Yeah. Well, the transition is pre. Or the transaction, I mean, the
Yes.
deposit is pre.
No, just. Okay. Oh, gosh, I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but here we go. Take a tube of toothpaste and squeeze it. Okay. Then take 2 balloons and attach it to the side of the toothpaste tube and squeeze it. And you tell me which one is less mess.
You could have used so many things for butt cheeks, and you chose balloons.
Well, I don't want to be
You
gross.
could have used 2 hams. You could have used two ripe tomatoes. You could have used
But
a
I
couple
just think
bags
one
of
could test
cotton
this
candy.
hypothesis. One can recreate this because you could take 2 balloons and tape it to a toothpaste tube, and that is a clean way that you could test your theory.
I think you're right to an extent, but I also think you're being a bit naive. If you let your dog come and jump up on your lap right after making a deposit, I think you're running a risk.
Oh yeah,
If you think because he doesn't have butt cheeks that your clothes are safe or your furniture.
Well, I mean, no, I have no illusions about it. I just choose to compartmentalize that and not think about it.
So when the dog has an itch and it's scooting along on the carpet, I think there's being some stuff left there on the
Oh, I do too.
Well,
And I think
I'm sure.
at that point it's at that point it's darn lucky it doesn't have butt cheeks. Because it couldn't scratch that itch on that maneuver.
Probably still
Wow.
can't scratch it if it's up inside there somewhere.
I think it has. I think
The
it just
beginning.
has. I think it just has a more efficient system. I mean. Anyway,
All right, so wow, that went off on a rail. Okay, so the situation is if your dog can understand English for 30 seconds, what would you say to it? Brady's basically going on a diatribe about tell me when you need to go out to go do your commercial transactions, and I'll let you out whenever you want. And
Just stay
Todd,
in the yard.
stay in the yard, yes. And Todd, quizzing the dog as to how do they survive without butt cheeks, or how do they? What was the actual question there?
I kind of like yours better.
I do too.
How do you survive without butt cheeks?
How?
No, how do you get by without wiping? How
Yes.
how are you so efficient with your deposits?
Do they have doggy bidets?
I think David has a good explanation there.
Um,
His last comment I just saw.
The extra pinches they give as they are kicking the dirt up. Yes.
Are you talking about the exit jogging in place with their back legs, where they just go whomp whomp? It's like punctuating what just happened.
Yeah, they're making up for not having butt cheeks by creating edges. But Brady, I got to give you a hard time about this because it's just what we do, man.
It's what we do.
Your dog. I have never walked my dog to go to the bathroom. Any of the dogs I've ever had, they go to the yard, they go to the bathroom, they come back to the door. That is a thing that can happen, right? Now, I've never had anything but small dogs, but I'm saying like if you train them to go outside and come back to the door, they will. So you don't even have to have that conversation, man.
Well,
they'll do it.
It's that trick, like, yeah.
Say, do as I tell you to do, dog. All right, David would have to ask his dog to please don't repeat anything that is seen or heard in my house. I think that's a very valid thing too. So David answers the question. Yes.
Oh my.
That.
Where's our?
I don't want to read this.
Where's our editor or our? Yeah, we need one of those.
I think
Standards and practices, attorneys.
right. I think Joey would have an answer to that question, probably. The question, for the benefit of our audio audience, it's about.
Please don't.
I can handle this, Brady. I can handle this. Different. He says it's clean. Apparently, it's not, David. A difference between remnants with males and females. When you're doing your cleaning up job, I'll just leave it at that. But
this would be an excellent time for me to try to sell everyone a bidet because
you are a connoisseur of the bidet.
Yes, I would. Once you go bidet, you'll never go.
But don't.
But it's got a Badoo. Why do they call him a Badoo?
It should be, and I would call mine David A.
Oh.
All right. Well, Savannah made a vote. She said Brady's answer was better.
Yeah.
So, and we got anybody else want to vote? So Brady voted. If you need to go outside, tell me or let me know. I'll let you out. Just don't leave the yard. Todd asked a question: how do you get by without butt cheeks?
No.
I still got that wrong, didn't I?
And again, I like yours better.
How do you clean yourself?
Yeah, how do you get by without wiping?
Yeah, right. Yeah, without wiping. Yeah. All right. David goes with Todd. Got a vote for Brady there. Okay. So far, it's Brady. Matt Vaughn with us, the voice of Play It By Ear.
Hello, Matt Vaughn.
Say Brady or Todd has a better answer to the dog. Anybody? Going once? Going twice? So I have to leave it at Brady getting the point. All right, 3-2. Todd, if you found out that Queen Elizabeth had a massive collection of something random, what would it be a collection of? Matt's vote, by the way, was David. We probably all agree on that. If you found out that Queen Elizabeth had a massive collection of something random, what would it be a collection of?
I'm going to say Chapsticks.
Chapsticks. Brady.
I was going to go. Oh man, which one? A chewed gum collection.
Chewed gum. Like scraped off the bottom of things? Is that or just
every piece of gum she's ever chewed, or or
all right. So Todd said, what'd you say again, Todd?
Chapsticks.
Chapsticks. Brady said chewed gum.
Chewed gum.
Chewed.
Chewed.
CHEWN. David says he can't answer this. He would be staying after school for sure. Okay. Matt says Russian nesting dolls. Actually, I think that would be a very queenly thing to.
Yeah,
that
I bet she has a collection of those.
Yeah.
I think she is one.
As a joke, I was about ready to say the George Carlin, who stole my used bandage collection?
All right. Todd's answer of chapsticks or Brady's answer of chewing gum? What say you, audience? No one wants to vote.
I think we just killed the room.
Oh, they're rolling in now.
Look at that.
Savannah says Brady. Matt says Brady. All right.
They
More
just want to
votes.
see this game last longer.
Oh,
She's up.
it's
Oh.
now time.
I got
No.
no. You're still up 2-1, Brady.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, David. didn't vote.
I'm assuming David voted for Todd, so it's 2-2.
Oh well, okay.
Or
2-2.
something. Yeah.
Am I gonna have to break this tie?
You can't have a doll-lipped queen.
No, you can't.
Need some shine on thine lips.
Yes, you do. All right. Anyone want to break the tie? Chapsticks for Todd. Chewing gum for Brady. Otherwise, I'm going to have to break the tie. Matt has some cream for that.
I assume you do, Matt.
David says many dry spots, I would assume.
So Todd's at 4.
No, it's tied.
Oh, it's
Oh.
tied.
So sad. It is tied.
Is this the rubber one?
No. It's,
9-5.
this
all right.
particular question's tied.
Brady,
Yeah.
if you could make one thing happen every time you snapped your fingers, what would it be?
Whenever I snap my fingers, the food that I think would appear on a plate where I'm at.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A.
Todd. Yes. Todd, if you could make one thing happen every time you snapped your fingers, what would it be?
I would say my savings account increases by $1.
So you just be walking around going,
I'd be turning into a beatnik.
all right. Brady says whatever food he is thinking about will appear on a plate. If he snaps his fingers, Todd says his savings account would increase by $1. $1 every time he snapped his
I don't
fingers.
want to get too carried away.
All right, David, I assume that's a vote for Todd there. Hello, John. All right, Todd or Brady? Todd's got one vote.
Oh.
Savannah says Todd. Matt says Todd.
Put it in the bag.
Get him a body bag.
Oh, come on.
John,
Think
Todd.
about it. You're just
see, I
sitting
think
there.
But I think the problem, though, Brady, is you had a lot of things that had to happen for your snap to work. You said the
fingers.
food. You said the food would appear on the plate that I had in front of me.
You know what I mean.
So therefore, you'd have to be sitting at a plate where I could snap any time in my bank account. Just like right there, I'm $5 richer.
Well, I just imagined my hand being out, and when I snap my finger, I think Racha Trio from Bantai. Boom, there it is.
But then what if
Or-
your mind started playing tricks on you and like you went to snap in your mind the last second? Mayonnaise!
Oh. That is true.
You know,
Well, then I
you
just
know the
have
way
to
minds
wash my
work.
hand, and then I'd
Yeah.
re-snap my finger. It'd be much like the drive-thru, this time without mayonnaise.
Coleslaw!
David
You
said,
sound like you're the voiceover for a Mortal Kombat video game when you're saying those.
finish him.
Or the Pinkerton!
Shaman.
Stallion.
The old man!
Man.
Oh. David says Brady. Matt says Brady almost had him. Brady votes.
We forgot one. Shaman!
Freeman. At $1 at a time, my fingers would be raw. Indeed.
Alien.
I think Todd wins the point, though.
Yes,
Just
he
barley.
does.
Just barley.
Give me the point.
Alright.
Give me the point.
Hey, Todd, you could win here
Am I in the barn?
in the Bairn.
He's in the Baron, but his card's down.
All right, Todd.
Yes, sir.
You just crushed up a bag of goldfish and snorted it. Explain your high.
What?
You just crushed up a bag of goldfish. Explain your high.
Well, first off, my eyes would be
Brady has a look on his face like he's thought of something.
goldfish, huh?
Yep. Goldfish.
So I think I would be seeing the world through orange shot eyes. And because they're orange, goldfish are.
So the whites
Unless you
of
have
your
those-
eyes have turned orange.
Huh?
So the whites of your eyes have
Yeah,
turned
like
orange.
instead of bloodshot, it would be orange shot. Yeah.
One shot.
Orange juice shot. If we're going with liquid. Orange shot eyes and I would see the world, I don't know, through walleye vision.
Instead of crappie vision.
Yeah, walleye vision, and everyone would look like guppies.
Dang.
That's detailed.
Yes.
Brady?
I would say that after I did it, every face you saw had gills and was going, making the goldfish fish mouth. So they'd be like,
With dangling barnacles.
yeah.
Oh, we ate at a Long John Silver's last week. So you guys, yeah. It was
some
an
barnacles.
It was an A&W / Long John Silver's.
Did you get some barnacles?
I did get some barnacles.
Did you order some barnacles? Did you say,
No,
I
we
want
did.
some barnacles.
We did. I did not. But I was surprised. I ordered some onion rings, and she asked which ones I wanted. I was not
What?
prepared for that. Apparently, A&W has onion rings, and Long John's had onion rings.
Say, give me the mixed bag.
Yeah, I should have.
I would say, yeah, across the streams, man.
across the streams. All right, Savannah and John both say Brady.
I got the Brown family.
Now, I will explain my high. You'd forget everything every 30 seconds.
Like a fish?
Like a fish, like a goldfish. David says Brady.
Oh.
Johnny says Brady. Brady's running away with this here.
He is.
Yeah,
Even though
went away with it.
Even though Brady just described walleye vision is what he did.
He did.
Not really. When I think of walleye vision, I think of the peepholes at a hotel where that fish-eyed lens.
Yeah, everybody looks like a fish face.
Well, no, I mean a
They don't have
literal-
the gills though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt likes my answer.
I can't think of I can't say walleye vision without thinking of Hot Shot.
Yeah.
The guy
Hot
has the
Shot's
glasses that
Part-
because he has
part D.
yeah, because he has walleye vision, so he has to wear the corrective lenses.
All right, I think Brady gets the point.
Yay.
Taking this right down to the war.
All right, down the war. All right, Brady.
Let's see.
Let me see. If you could add one thing to the Mona Lisa, what would it be? Mona Lisa, man, have named you.
Not that.
Little Nat King Cole for your
Yeah.
listening pleasure.
Maybe because I am a little bit hungry, but this juxtaposition of two jarringly dissimilar images. I would like to put an In-N-Out burger in the background of it, like the sign in the
Like the
drive-through.
sign.
Oh,
Todd.
Mutton chops and a Fu Manchu.
All right.
so she would look like Lemmy Kilminster.
All right. So Brady says an In-N-Out burger sign in the background. Todd says mutton chops and a Fu Manchu. Who's going to win this game, audience? Brady or Todd? Todd gets a vote from Savannah. Don't know how many people have imbibed on In-N-Out burgers here, Brady.
Well,
Matt
Here's
Vaughn
the
says
deal, man.
Todd. John says Todd.
she knows she's about ready to eat an In-N-Out burger, which is why Mona Lisa is looking so glib.
She has a little smirk. Just a
Yeah,
little
she's
smirk.
like, I'm about ready to tear into this In-N-Out burger. That's what she's saying.
Matt says Todd. David says Todd.
Ah, it's anonymous.
Like a clean sweep. Anonymous.
You can't hardly compete with mutton chops. First off,
That is a fact. And it does.
So-
It gives a very good visual.
So was there somebody that attached two lamb shanks to their face? Like, why did they call them that?
it's probably what they look like.
Todd wins the game.
I should have gone with the handlebar mustache. I think that goes better with the mutton chops than the Fu Manchu, though.
True. All right. Congratulate yourself, Todd.
There it is.
There we go. All right. That rounds out our show, episode 104. Once again, we invite you to visit our website, www.playitbyyourpodcast.com, and look in our store, buy a t-shirt. Also, what you can find at playitbyyourpodcast.com is you can find information on memberships. You can find information on our feeds, our audio feeds. You can find those at the top of every page, as well as our video feed. Some of our audio platforms outside of the website, Anchor.fm, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. Most anywhere you find audio podcasts, you'll probably find us. Video, YouTube, Facebook will archive our Facebook Live, as well as Twitch.
Twitch.
Like, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those links can be found at our website. You can interact via email on at admin@playitbyearpodcast.com. You can also leave a voice message. There are links at each of our audio podcast providers. You can click on the link, leave a message. The iHeartRadio app has a talkback button where you can leave an audio message that
So
way
do
for us.
teenagers.
Yakety yak.
Yakety yak. Don't.
Go back.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen? Schmenomen?
Gentlemen, schmenomen. I don't think so.
And thank you, Matt.
Right at the 2 hour and 10-minute mark.
Yes, Matt likes the art on Brady's wall. All right. So join us next week. We will be here with episode 105. Todd, take us out, please.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.